Shelby Police Department.
I have a young lady who's living here with me. Nobody can find her. No one has seen her. No one has heard from her. She didn't show up for work, and I'm just really concerned.
What's her name?
Gaberien Clevenger.
Gabe would always come in super early to work, and she never missed a day. So when she didn't show up, everyone kind of knew, like we all had a pit in our stomach, like something's wrong, like Gabe's not here.
22-year-old Gaberien Gabe Clevenger was loved and cared for by her friends and community. But her friend Lisa's 911 call revealed some grim information about Gaberien's past that was extremely alarming.
Okay, what's going on?
It's her husband, Alec Blair. He got very violent with her, and she has a bunch of police reports that she's filed.
After the 911 call, Lisa visited Richland County in South Carolina with her husband to provide more information to the police department, since Gaberien had been missing since February 10th, 2020.
So what led you to call us?
Well, I called today because my son got a hold of me and said, hey, Alec showed up at the house and Gabe left with Alec. So I called the police because I was very concerned.
Lisa's concerns soon turned into a real nightmare.
What's going on with all the blood and stuff?
It was honestly my friend. Bloody nose.
This was just the beginning of a series of spine-chilling truths that the detectives just didn't see coming. The events that led up to this incident were more disturbing than they already appear to be. Detectives discovered shocking revelations throughout their investigation. But to make sense of these findings, it was important for the detectives to understand Gaberien's lifestyle and her relationship with her husband, 21-year-old Alec Blair. Gaberien and Alec first crossed paths at Walmart in 2016. After dating for 3 years, they exchanged vows in the latter half of 2019. But according to Lisa's 911 call, their marriage was far from happy. Gaberien decided to end their marriage in just 5 months. Lisa possessed crucial information about their tumultuous relationship, details that could make or break the investigation.
And she's been having some problems with threats?
Threats to her life. Some of the things that she was telling me was just very alarming. There has been a lot of things that, as far as text messages, she ended up getting a new phone because he was harassing her. Destroyed her property, everything that she owned. Her animals come up missing. I don't know. I know that she was very scared of him. Very much.
Every word Lisa shared about the couple's turbulent relationship and the harassment Gaberien faced even after leaving Alec sent chills down the spine of the detectives, especially with Gaberien still missing. Based on Lisa's claims, they tried contacting Alec but got no response from him. However, in the hours that followed, as detectives made desperate attempts to find Gaberien, in a shocking twist of events, they received a phone call from none other than Alec himself.
Shelby Police Department.
Hello, I received a call from you guys that I missed.
Who am I speaking with?
Alec Blair.
Okay. I'm calling in regards to a Gaberien Clevenger. Are you currently with her by chance?
No, I'm at work.
You're not with her at all. Have you seen her today?
I saw her earlier. I was talking to her because we were going to try to go to the courthouse for divorce stuff, but she didn't want to, so I left.
Okay. And you don't know where she would have gone?
I don't know anything about that, no.
Okay.
Alec confirmed that Gaberien was not with him. The chances of finding Gaberien seemed to be getting slimmer with every passing minute. But then the detectives found something very suspicious. The Shelby Police Department was determined to track down Alec Blair at his workplace and make contact with him. By now, it was clear that he was likely the only person who could shed light on Gaberien's mysterious disappearance.
Obviously, you know your wife has been reported missing. Yeah. So, do you have any idea where she could be or anything like that? Honestly, I don't really know. You mind if we look in your vehicle? That'd be fine. All right.
Alec stubbornly clung to his story, claiming he had no idea where Gaberien was. But then, the detectives found something that changed his demeanor from casual to a more concerned and worried look.
Have you been cleaning in here lately, or? No? Okay. Why don't we just have a seat in the back of my car? I just wanted to ask you a couple more questions, all right?
A freshly bleached car, hiding the truth about Gaberien's whereabouts, and his own terrified face all suggested one thing. Alec Blair was concealing something deeply disturbing about Gaberien's disappearance.
What's going on with all the blood and stuff?
It was honestly my friend. Bloody nose.
All up in the seat crevices and all over the place?
Yeah. You had it really bad.
The bloodstains in the car were the final nail in the coffin, convincing detectives it was time to take Alec Blair into custody.
So tell me where you guys were living.
We were living in Trailer Park.
Okay.
Out in, it's a Greenwich address.
Okay.
But it's not really Greenwich. It's like 5 minutes from the Crestview schools.
Clayburg Road Trailer Park?
Yeah, Clayburg Road,
Okay.
yeah. Yeah, we were living there we started in one trailer and then moved into another trailer that was bigger for us.
Okay. And then how long did you stay there?
I was there at the newer trailer we got till about beginning of January.
Okay.
Because she was telling me that, she wasn't happy because a lot of stuff had to do with me, because I would have anger issues from childhood and parents divorced and stressed.
Alec admits that his anger issues were a key reason Gaberien decided to move out and pursue a divorce, yet he keeps smiling the entire time. The eerie disconnect between his calm demeanor and his words, especially with all the evidence that's mounted against him, is deeply unsettling.
Yeah, but beginning of January, I moved out with my mom.
Okay.
Over on Taylortown Road.
Okay.
And I've been living there ever since.
Okay. And then where was she living? You said you moved out, so did she stay in the trailer?
She was staying in the trailer for a while there that I know of, and then she was trying to get a place out here in Shelby, apartment. And I know she was staying with somebody else. It was a friend at first that turned into, something else.
Okay. Now whose friend? Like your friend or her friend?
It was her friend, yeah.
Okay. And then how'd you hear about that, or how'd you learn about that?
She was the one that told me, actually, all about that.
Okay. And what she say? She was just talking to a guy, or?
Well, at first she kind of didn't want to say anything, but I was just kind of talking to her and wanting her to tell me, the truth, just tell me. And she said she was talking at first that I know of, and then basically that's all I really know. They were talking. They met, it was sometime last year, because her boss, that's her boss's brother.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Alec is talking about Lisa when he mentions Gaberien's friend. After Alec moved out, Gaberien endured various forms of harassment and threats from him, forcing her to seek a safe haven. Lisa, with her kind heart, provided the safety, and in the process, Gaberien grew close to Lisa's son, CJ. But for Alec, the situation was far from peaceful. Behind his calm facade, Alec is hiding way more than the detectives anticipated. Alec's portrayal of the situation is far from the truth.
Hello. Hi, did someone call for us tonight?
Yes, me.
You did? Okay. Do you want to come outside or me come in?
You can come in 'cause my dog was barking out.
What's going on tonight?
Well, me and my husband are planning on getting a divorce.
Okay.
And he moved out. And we've been trying to be civil and stuff, and he dropped me off, and he just kept lingering around, and I just don't really want him sitting here and stuff. And he got all mad and freaked out and slammed all my stuff down, slammed my lamp down, and smashed it and broke my table.
Okay. And you guys are still married? Okay.
So if he walked in the police department right now, you wouldn't know who he was.
I could probably tell who he was because, like, I've seen, like, his Facebook.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. So you looked him up on Facebook. You have a general idea of what he looked like. Yeah. Okay. All right. So when you found out that she was, like, talking to him, like, what was the status of your relationship at the time?
I was single, I guess. Even though I was still, legally married.
Okay. But, I mean, did you guys have, like, an understanding, like, we're going to see other people, or we're separated?
It was hard for me at first. Mm-hmm. I kind of got really depressed with everything just because I wasn't ready, and she was basically the first person I fell in love with.
Sure.
So it was just kind of hard for me to get used to it, but as of right now, I know my dad was trying to hook me up with some girl.
Okay.
Yeah, so
this was last month that all this happened?
Last month, coming into beginning of this month.
Okay, all right. Give me an approximate date when you think she moved over here.
I want to say, by around the end of January.
Okay, all right.
I can think of it. Yeah, because what happened was she was staying there, but she wasn't there the one night, and someone broke into the trailer.
The trailer where? Your original trailer that you guys were living at?
Second trailer we got.
Okay.
Someone, I guess, ended up breaking in, and they didn't take anything, but they did break a lot of stuff.
Huh.
And I knew they decided they wanted to take a pee on the floors, I guess, from what I was told. And she had the Richland cops come there, tell her that she probably shouldn't be staying there. Probably stay with a friend or her sister or something.
So she told you, she called in and tell you that, hey, the trailer's broken into, or?
I found out about it because our landlord called me and said the door was open. And so he was wondering how to get a hold of her. I just told him to call her work boss. And I messaged her and asked her what was going on, and she told me all that.
Okay, all right.
What Alec doesn't grasp while sitting in the interrogation room is that the detectives are already one step ahead. As Alec tries to put on a composed facade, the police already know he has crossed multiple lines, stalking and threatening Gaberien's new boyfriend, and even sending explicit photos of his estranged wife to them in his efforts to harass the couple. They are also aware that the so-called burglary at Gaberien's trailer was performed by Alec as a way to scare and harass Gaberien.
So, when's the last time you saw her?
This morning, actually.
Okay, tell me about that. How did you see her this morning? Why did you see her this morning?
Well, because I was messaging her on Facebook because I wanted to go to the courthouse so we can figure out anything with a divorce, how much it's going to cost, all that stuff. Well, she didn't really want to at first, but I was trying to talk her into it just so we can get it all done and over with.
Okay.
And then when I did get her, we went to the car. I started going for a little bit, but she just wanted to try to start arguing. I really wasn't in the mood to argue just because I was tired. I told her, I was like, I'm not really in the mood to argue right now. I just want to go get this done and go to work. Well, she didn't want, she wanted to continue arguing, and then she told me she wanted to get out of the car, so I just was like, okay. So she got out of the car. It wasn't too far from her house, her boyfriend's house or whatever. I decided to go home.
The detectives have given Alec plenty of chances to explain his side of the story and come clean, but he chooses to lie at nearly every turn. Now it's time for the detectives to shift gears and confront him head on.
I mean, you seem like a good guy. You're being cooperative with us here, so we want to shoot you straight to here and put all our cards on the table because obviously we want to find her.
Right.
All right. I'm just going to break this down real short and simple. All right. One of our officers from the sheriff's office, and I wasn't there when this happened. I'm just going by the information that was given to me. Okay. They apparently got a look inside your car at some point in time doing follow-up for this case for Shelby Police Department, okay?
Yeah.
And the officer that had a look inside your car saw what he believed was blood and what looked like blood had been cleaned up, okay?
Yeah.
Now, I'm also told that somebody said something to you about this, and you said a friend of yours had been in the car and had a bad bloody nose, and that's where it came from.
Yeah.
Is all that accurate?
Yeah.
Okay. Here's the deal. You need to be honest with us about this, all right?
Yeah.
Because we can DNA test that blood.
Right.
We can verify that it's hers and not this friend,
right?
Which I don't know who this friend supposedly is. We'll get to that a little later. But we can check that, very easily find out if it's hers or not.
Right.
Okay? We can also subpoena all your phone records and find out if you have been in contact with this CJ or her or whatever it is you've said to them. Okay? I get you guys are going through a bad divorce. Okay?
Right, yeah.
People say things that aren't pretty. We've all done it. All right? It's we don't care about that.
Right.
All right? We've all been there, whether anyone wants to admit it or not. All right? The point I'm getting at here is all this stuff here, if you're lying about it. It's extremely easy for us to prove that you're lying about it.
Right.
Because we can test DNA, because we can subpoena phone records and verify all this. All right? They also did a ping on her cell phone, and it pinged off a cell tower not too far from where you work at.
Oh, really?
This is the first time Alec is caught off guard. His body language immediately changes when the detectives tell him about the possibilities and how easy it is to get all his claims verified.
So, you pick her up from 2nd Street. You go down 2nd Street. What direction do you turn?
Take that. I'm going down 2nd Street, take that left.
Okay.
Go down towards a stop sign.
Okay.
Take another left, and then it's basically we're just going straight towards where the main road and everything is, like Taco Bell, Wendy's.
Okay.
Going down there, going the turn lane right there towards where Taylortown is. Turn down Taylortown.
All right.
We got to the point, where I did hit her.
Okay.
And then I did turn down where the golf course and everything, and towards that dead end. That's where I left her.
Okay. So, after you hit her, she's bleeding everywhere. Is she immediately unconscious?
Yeah.
Okay.
Much, yeah.
And then tell me again what you did. I'm just trying to understand the sequence of events here.
Like where I hit her?
Yeah.
Went like that.
Okay.
Here.
Alright. She starts bleeding a little bit. And that's the blood that's in your car right now.
Right.
It's not this other made-up friend that you said had a nosebleed. Okay. It's her blood. We got that. Alright. So, she's unconscious. What do? You go around the other side of the car?
Yeah.
Yeah. Then what happens?
That's when I take her out to the cornfield.
Okay. And then, so she's out in the cornfield. Is she on her stomach? Is she on her back?
On her back, like Sunday.
Okay, all right. And what do you do, to check for signs of life?
Her pulse, and then try to check her breathing.
Okay. But she wasn't breathing?
It was kind of hard.
Okay.
Like, it was coming out, but it was...
Okay, is it like gurgling? Like blood coming out of her mouth? Gurgling sound?
Honestly, don't think there was any gurgling sound now.
Okay. And you checked for her pulse where?
Right here on her arm.
Okay, all right.
Alec now does confess to hitting Gaberien and leaving her in the woods. It's unsettling how calmly he confesses to this violent act. But this is just the beginning. Moreover, there is something that is not making sense. The amount of blood found in his car still does not match his story. Watch how the detectives confront him about this.
While you're being a little more honest with you, this still doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
Okay? You hit her. While it's not a good thing,
right?
It's not the end of the world.
Right.
Okay? It would have been, I don't care if you know CPR or not.
Right.
I don't care if you have any first aid knowledge whatsoever.
Right.
You're not out in the no civilization.
Right.
You're mere minutes from Shelby, Shiloh,
right.
places with people.
Yeah.
That you can take her to get help.
Right.
You got phones you can call.
Right. Yeah.
At the very least, if you were that concerned about it, you could have at least called and then drove off after giving them a location.
Yeah, I should have done that. I know I should have.
Well, here's why I think you didn't. I think she was already dead when you pulled her out of that car and dumped her in the field. And you figured, I don't think anybody was at the house when I picked her up. Nobody probably saw me with her. If I just get rid of her, scrub the car down, there's not going to be enough people or enough information to say, yeah, I was with her this afternoon. You just figured you'd take your chances and hope nobody figured it out.
She wasn't dead at all.
She wasn't dead at all. But this is at 12:30.
Right.
And mind you, we're talking over a 12-hour time lapse here now when we're talking. Okay? Today it was rainy. It was cold.
Right.
It was foggy. So you're concerned about what's going to happen if people find out you hit her.
Right, yeah.
She's still alive. But yet you just dump her in a field in this cold weather where if she's unconscious, she's got more than a fair chance of freezing to death before anybody finds her. But your concern is you just don't want anybody to find out that you hit her.
Yeah.
This is where it makes no sense.
It was just concerning me, just because hitting a woman, that was a big deal for me.
But you see where I'm going with this.
Yeah.
It's more than just hitting.
Right.
Okay? I think you're smart enough to realize that, hey, I can get her help. I can take my take my hit for domestic violence if she files charges out of this.
Yeah.
Take my first degree misdemeanor and go home. No big deal.
Right.
All right? I don't think, as smart as you are, you'd go to that lengths to cover up a misdemeanor offensive violence. It doesn't make any sense.
I wasn't thinking, honestly.
She was dead when she came out of that car, wasn't she?
Last I knew, she wasn't.
The detectives quickly expose Alec's lie. Although he insists the attack on Gaberien was impulsive, they see through his act. He had a clear chance to get her help, but instead, he let her suffer. It is obvious that Alec wanted to hurt Gaberien, and he wanted her to feel every bit of it.
Generally, one punch will not knock somebody unconscious.
Right.
So, I need to know, was it one punch or was it several punches?
It was a couple of them, yeah.
How many do you think?
I don't know. I just kept kind of just going.
Okay, and this is all in the car?
Yeah.
And you're using your right hand. You're going like this?
Yeah, because I was driving with my left.
Okay. All right, so you hit her several times with your fists. Wait, it was your fists, right?
Yeah.
Okay, did you hit her with anything else? A club or a bag?
I had nothing else in the car with me.
Okay. All right. So you drive her out into the field, and you said you're checking for her for breath. At that point, did you put your hand on her mouth to cover it, to just finish it off? This is done. Come this far.
Honestly, I did put her towards her mouth more.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't try to cover her nose. I could feel that she was struggling to kind of get that out.
Okay, all right. So, but you knew at that point she was dead.
Pretty much, yeah. I figured that she was getting her last whatever.
Last breath,
okay. Pump of everything.
You can be struck multiple times with a fist. Okay, you could get knocked unconscious, but it ain't even gonna kill you.
So I got to the point where I went something like that. Might have broke her nose enough to stop her from breathing.
Did you choke her at all?
No.
Did you hit her in the throat at all?
No.
So this is all just here in the face?
Yeah, most of it.
Okay. So you get her in the field and you think she's still alive, but you know she's dead.
Basically, yeah, she's getting to that point.
You knew she was dead.
Yeah.
This might seem like the final confession, as it appears to give the detectives everything they need, but the Shelby Police Department is about to uncover something even more disturbing. Something that would finally connect all the missing pieces. After what appeared to be Alec's final confession, the detectives persuaded him to reveal the exact location where he left Gaberien. They braced themselves for the best-case scenario, finding her injured, or the worst-case scenario, finding her frozen to death. But what they discovered was far worse than they had imagined.
He said it was in a field. Shit.
This discovery shattered the hopes of those who believed Gaberien might have survived Alec's attack. There were no silver linings left for the detectives to pursue. Only one goal remained: justice. And to achieve it, they needed to confront Alec one final time.
In short, the reason why we're here right now is have a few follow-up questions, just things we'd like to ask you, get clarified. So, one last big piece of the puzzle here. You're not being honest about the manner in which she was killed.
Right.
So you agree with me, we're not being honest about that.
Yeah.
How did you kill her?
Picked her up, went to my house on Taylortown, where I was going to grab my lunch and stuff. Went up to get my headphones, and I grabbed this pocket knife, and went back outside, got back in the car, and I don't know what got into me to do anything. I didn't want to do anything, honestly, to her at all. But then, you know, when she was answering the questions I was trying to give to her, it just kind of blacked out, and I decided contemplating, honestly, with that.
Contemplating hurting her?
Yeah.
This pocket knife you had, did you stab her with it?
Yeah.
Okay, how many times did you stab her with it?
Honestly, I couldn't tell you how many times. That's when I kind of blacked out.
Did you stab her until she was dead?
Yeah.
All the lingering questions were answered once Gaberien's body was found. Another life tragically lost to marital violence. What made it even more heartbreaking was that Gaberien had tried to protect herself. She recognized the warning signs and had taken the necessary steps to try and stay safe. Detectives later uncovered that Gaberien had filed for a protection order against Alec on January 22, 2020. However, in a cruel twist of fate, the Richland County Domestic Relations Court denied her request less than a week before her death. In the end, the system failed to foresee and protect her from the danger that lay ahead. In October 2020, Alec pleaded guilty to all charges in the case. He admitted to aggravated murder, 3 counts of murder, 4 counts of kidnapping, 2 counts each of felonious assault and abduction, as well as tampering with evidence and gross abuse of a corpse. On January 22, 2021, Common Pleas Judge Phil Naumoff handed down a 45-year prison sentence. Forensic psychologist Dr. Robert Stinson thoroughly examined Alec and confirmed his anger issues, noting that Gaberien leaving him had triggered deep-seated childhood trauma. But no amount of psychological insight could justify stabbing someone 14 times. In the end, Alec's demons were no match for the cold, hard truth of his actions. As the case of Gaberien's tragic end closes, we're left grappling with the haunting reality of Alec Blair, a man whose unchecked rage and deep-seated issues turned him into a monster. Despite Gaberien's attempts to protect herself, the system failed her, just as it has failed countless others before. In a world where women continue to face the threat of violence, how many more lives must be lost before we recognize the signs and take action? Alec Blair isn't the only monster. He's the product of a society that too often waits until it's too late to intervene. It's important to ask, how do we prevent the next Alec Blair from slipping through the cracks? And how do we ensure that women like Gaberien Clevenger aren't just another statistic in a broken system? Add your views on this case in the comment section below and let us know if there are any cases you'd like us to cover. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel.